Into your hair.
There we go. I
Oh,
got it there.
is it fixed? Can you hear us now? Yeah.
That should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Audio.
I
Uh,
guess if we're gonna do a podcast, I guess we can have audio.
yeah. I guess we should be heard.
I think you should release an audio podcast that's a video with no audio.
And you just
Uh,
guess what we say?
yep,
That sounds good.
it'll be real niche.
420 gumbo and whiskey. You guys don't fuck around. I am smoking the last of my Gorilla Glue before I move on to my lava cake. Is that what it is? Tim, thank you so much, Stankley.
So on the 420 episode, we had this. I think, yeah, we had the conversation of when you have multiple weeds, do you mix and match, or do you smoke one until it's done and then
Okay, I
you
didn't know the
have
protocol.
the other one?
I got called out.
No, it's just how
No,
you
not
like
by
to do it.
you.
Okay.
Not by you. I got called out like, why are you just smoking one at a time? And I'm like, I didn't know. I don't know the rules. I've never had multiple weeds at once. I never have enough money.
So yeah, we had that conversation. Chat, y'all can chime in. I personally, as I like to smoke each. I like to
Mix
like,
and match.
Yeah, I like to mix and match. Like if I because different different weeds will do different things.
Right.
So
Yeah, I didn't try it out. I just stuck with the one.
yeah.
And maybe that was my bad.
And it's always nice to to refresh your palate after you've
Yeah.
been smoking.
Well, now I have a whole lot of one kind, so I don't really have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get another kind in a month. Cause that's
Better
how long
than no
I'm-
kind of weed.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping it lasts, is a whole ass month. Mm. You know, I left my whole ass purse at Walmart yesterday.
Whoa.
You know how scary that was? It was the scariest fucking moment. Cause I had like shit to do, places to be. I like stopped at Walmart to get a couple things. I pull into my driveway and I'm getting out of the car and I'm like, "Wait, why don't I have my purse?" I'm like, that's weird. So I look in the back seat and I'm like, it's not back there. How did I grab my bags out of the cart and just leave my purse?
Yeah.
So I called and they're like, yeah, let me transfer you to the security department, which nobody answers.
Of course.
And I'm fucking hot. Like
Yeah.
I'm like burning a light. Like my whole life's in there. My wallet, my ID, my card, my money, everything.
Yeah.
And the lady answers the phone again. I'm like, yeah, I got disconnected. And she's like, okay, we found a purse. Bear with me. I'm going to transfer you. I'll run over there and answer the phone.
Yeah.
I drove from my house back to Walmart with the phone still ringing. Ran into Walmart with the phone still ringing. Yeah. I go to customer service and they're like, what's it look like? And I'm like, it's like this color. It's crazy color. I'm like, if you open it, there's a pouch with my face on it. Is there a wallet? Yeah, it's yellow. It's mustard. Is there an ID in it? I'm like, yeah, open my wallet. The name is Aimee. Like, how would I guess this? Come on.
Yeah.
Give me my shit. I'm having a fucking heart attack over here.
And when has Walmart ever given a fuck that much? Like, fuck out of here.
Holy shit.
Like, fuck out of here.
Holy shit.
Walmart bugging, bro.
Mhm. I like a variety of strains, but I only mix if it's the end of 2 strains. That makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
I went to Walmart because I saw that their vinyl Cara at Walmart is only like $5. They're like Cricket Walmart brand. No, not Cricket Walmart brand. That's not a thing. Their Cricket brand vinyl at Walmart is $6, which I can't find it that cheap anywhere. So I picked up a couple things for our thought glasses.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Hey, Panic Pun.
Hey, dude, uh, bro. So, KB, I'm in the mode of like trying to get healthy. So I've
Yeah.
been working out in the mornings and shit. And this week, blew my fucking mind, dude. This is the reason why I smoke. I swear to
Ooh.
God. First off, once again, I wake up early in the morning to go work out in the fucking morning. You know why? Because there's nobody there.
Right. Yeah, it's good to work out in the morning.
Yeah. You know, but also the plus side is there's nobody fucking there.
Right.
There's like, on average, like 8 people in the whole gym.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, you know, they have everything social distanced out so you can't, you know, so people can work out and not, you know, be right on top of each other and
Right.
shit, right? And so I go in, there's literally 2 other people on treadmills. There's 2 rows of treadmills, okay? And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to go all the way to the end and hop on a treadmill, get the workout going. I'm on a treadmill 3 minutes in. I'm like, oh, got a good pace. I'm excited because I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling good. And then literally a bitch hops on the treadmill.
Why do they do this every
Right.
time?
Literally right next to me. I literally on the treadmill running and just turned. I looked like a fucking psycho.
I'd have stopped.
And
I'd have stopped.
no,
I would have hit pause on the treadmill and just stopped and stared and been like, why? Why?
I could have, dude. This is how people lose it. I swear to you know when you think like, what pushed them over the edge?
Listen, I haven't been out in public in a year. I don't know how to act. Don't test
Like-
me.
Like I'm like, bruh. Like first off, COVID. Second off, gym. Third off, there's a million fucking other spots you could be right fucking now.
This is just like a dude coming up to next to another dude at a urinal. When you have open urinals, like further, yes, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? There's plenty.
I'm not trying to race you, bitch.
In the fuck.
This is
Outta
we're
here.
not running buddies. We're not running
Do you
partners.
get on a bus with like one person on that bus and go sit next to that one person?
Fuck you if you do. And I've had
You
people
a
do that.
dick. You're a dick.
Oh,
You're a
I was heated. I was fam. I was heated because I stopped my shit and I looked around at all these empty treadmills. All of them.
Oh man. Did she move?
No, I moved.
Yeah, I would have been like, guess I'm moving. I
Right.
wouldn't have been quiet about it either. Guess I'm going to move. And I would be, I'll move.
Like dumb bitch, dude. That shit. And like when you running and you getting trying to get a good pace, and then like,
I don't
bro,
like it.
I understand why people be losing it. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
fam, like you.
I haven't been to the gym in a while. But that would happen. I would go to a Planet Fitness like on my lunch break and just go take like a quick walk or whatever. But couple of my coworkers, they're like, oh, if Amy's doing it, we can do it. But then they would come and stand, like they would get on either side of me. And I'm like, I just want to watch like my murder show. Like I'll watch one murder show
Yeah.
and get off the treadmill and just leave me the fuck up. They're trying to have a conversation.
Yeah.
She was piggybacking off your treadmill. She sure was. She sure was. Get piggyback off my workout. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. But that would piss me off. And then there was one time they did that, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna just end my fucking workout early. And I go to the dressing room, and there's a chick in there FaceTiming with her fucking boyfriend while I'm changing in the fucking locker room. And he hung up. She called him back. She's like, why'd you hang up on me? He's like, there is a chick changing behind you. What are you doing? I'm like, bitch. Yeah, I didn't go back there for a while. That shit kind of pissed me off.
Bam. Like back in the day, they called it going postal when like people would just snap over little shit. It
Right.
do be little shit.
Right.
It really do be little shit because that really like it just set me off because I was like, you can't lack this much common sense.
I don't think that's that little. I give it to. I would have gone off too. Like I would have.
like
That would have pissed me off.
yeah. So
There will be like super little shit that I'm like will ruin my fucking morning, and I'm like, okay, Amy, chill the fuck out.
yeah.
Like you are not about to let something that dumb ruin your whole fucking day.
Yeah, I just went and I hopped on a bike and I finished out working out on the bike and all that. But still, I was just like, you fucking bitch. Like, all. And I was just looking at all these empty ass treadmills,
Right.
like, as I walked to the bikes, like, just all of these, just lonely, just waiting to be used.
You could have had anything.
Yeah.
Even a pre-COVID world, that's a stupid, that's an asshole thing to do. But especially now, it's an asshole thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. The buddies who are trying to pretend like it's like pre-COVID, where they get to hang out by the weights and talk and talk about shit and pose. Hey, fam, bust a move. Okay, no, listen.
There's people waiting outside to get in.
Like,
They want to work out.
like, have that conversation in the parking lot. Like, nobody is here for it, fam. Like, bust a move for real, for real.
I don't miss the general public, and I can only imagine like how much stupider I'm gonna feel they've gotten. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't know how I'm gonna handle it.
And the people have, oh my god, bro. Like, we've regressed as a society during this 1 year, a lot,
Oh, no doubt.
a lot.
No doubt.
We regressed a lot. And just being out, like, for instance, I got friends that are teachers, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is also another thing that is like, this is why. So that was one thing at the gym. This is the same day, okay? I go, my friend is actually sick, with COVID. So I made a care package and was like dropping it at the door. So I was like, let me go finish up getting this stuff
Right.
so I can drop it at the door or whatever. I'll just go on my lunch break. So I got an hour lunch. I'm like, cool. I can dip over to the store, get it.
Mm-hmm.
My lunch break was like at 1:30, 1:40, fam. And I go into the store and I see kids everywhere. And I was like, is this a school like off day or is there
Right.
a holiday? I don't know
Right.
what. And motherfuckers are just in there. And then I talk to my friends. They're like, no, we're in school. And I'm like, oh, somebody.
They're
needs
not.
to-
These kids didn't get the fucking
yeah,
memo.
somebody needs to send a fucking memo. I saw so many kids. I was like, why are you at Meyer at 1:40?
I saw that a lot. I was like, why are these kids? I went into the Dollar. It was a Dollar Tree at lunch in Naperville. And I'm like, I walked in, walked right out. There was like 90 fucking kids in there. I'm like, nope. Mm-mm. On my lunch. My lunch is at noon.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Yeah, what are you guys doing? Like, what, and parents, and here's the thing. It's not like it's kids out there and they just out there by themselves going to do, no, they out there with their parents. Like, it wasn't like they was just like some teenagers going to grab some snacks. It was like they out there with their parents.
Oh, their parents said fuck it too.
Yeah, the parents was like, fuck it. And then you wonder why the motherfucker got like a D+.
Oh, these kids are starting to go back now. Buses are back.
Actually, I don't know if you I don't know. There's this shit called patch.com. Have you
Yeah,
ever been
yeah.
on it? Dude, a lot of schools have had huge outbreaks because of like girls and boys track.
Oh no.
So a lot of schools have been shut down or are shutting down as of recently.
Well, they're on their way. It's almost
One
the end of the
school
school year.
in Geneva, I think it was soccer or track as well that like end up spreading. Like they came back from a tournament or some shit and spread the shit.
These kids in these sports.
No, these grown folks making this decision to allow these kids to like.
Well, I know somebody who coaches soccer, and yeah, it was a matter of the kids were definitely more mature about wearing masks than the parents were.
Yeah.
But also you have adults enforcing these kids on what to do. So you have one team wearing masks and the other team not, because the other team's adults won't enforce it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's just
Predictable.
Yeah. I'm not shocked.
Me either. I'm
I'm
like,
not
you're going to
shocked,
have
man.
way more problems with the parents than you're going to have with the fucking
Yeah.
kids.
And then I saw poop. This is the last thing I'm gonna get off my chest. Before we start. There I saw a speaking of like schools and shit, I saw a board meeting where students had voiced their concerns about COVID protocols,
Mm-hmm.
and the students were like, "Yeah, we are not comfortable. Like, we don't feel like everything is being followed. There's a lot of us in a classroom, like, like we don't." And the board was like, "Yeah, according to the faculty, you guys are good, and kids are being cooperative and going." And then the kids are like, "No, but seriously, like being actually in the situation, like actually like." And I'm like, and I'm looking at the board like, you motherfuckers are doing this board meeting over a fucking Zoom.
Yeah.
You're not even holding the board meeting in person.
Right. Right.
So what are you talking about? The faculty said that a school full of 900 teenagers is good right now.
It's totally good. But we can't have this in person. We can't do that. It's unsafe.
Shout out to UFC for having 15,000 people last night at the at the fight.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, granted, good fucking fights. Good fucking fights.
A lot
but-
of people saw it live.
Yeah, a lot of people saw it live. A lot of
A lot of
saw it.
people saw it live.
But damn, do y'all remember? Fuck it, let's just start the fucking podcast.
Okay.
All right, let's go in 5, 4, 3.
It's time to laugh.
It is.
Boredom is just torture. But KB and Aimee have just what the doctor ordered.
She knew.
Pull up but share. It's the happy corner.
Bam, bam. Welcome everybody to the Happy Corner podcast with KB and
Aimee.
Timmy. And our famous thought in the audience, Adele is here.
Famous. Yes, you're famous now. We said. What we say goes.
How's everybody doing today?
I'm great. Fantastic.
Cool.
It's a good day.
Yeah.
It's beautiful out.
Yeah.
We
It-
had our
it-
snow in April.
Yeah. That
We
was
had
nice.
420.
Yes, we
We had a
did.
special episode, a Twitch YouTube exclusive episode.
Yeah. Everybody go enjoy that. I actually had a few people hit me up and say they really liked it. Like, they was
Yeah,
like it was
same.
nice and chill.
Same. It was. It
And
was
some
very
people
chill.
were like, "Oh, that's a throwback to when you guys first started." And I was like, "Oh,
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
On accident, but
Yeah.
I was just there was no way we were all fitting down here
No,
at
no,
this table.
not at all."
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Like XL alone
Yeah.
is this.
Right.
Like XL.
I was
alone.
next to Excel like this. So yeah, T got super baked and fell asleep. She missed the episode. She's like, wait a minute. So she's like, I'm gonna be here for Sunday for sure.
And then yeah, and so like yeah, we had a good time with that and got to talk to Rob and XL. This weekend.
That was a good day. 420 was a good day this year.
Yeah,
We got a guilty verdict.
I mean, granted, the Columbus cops stomped all over that, but
I mean, I'm trying to take the victory for 420 day.
yeah, that's just
420
take
day
the- yeah,
didn't always have the best reputation.
right. And Montana just legalized.
Really?
Yeah, Montana just legalized, and New York, New Jersey are legal. In New York, they've told officers like if people are smoking on the corner on the streets, do not bother them.
Wow.
Like, do not, because big city police, metropolis police have a tendency to just bother loitering people who are just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
And but in like, you know what? In LA, I worked in downtown LA, and people would just smoke on their break, like outside, like as long, you know what I'm saying, just
Yeah.
chilling.
Yeah,
So,
fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. If employers knew the majority, like my theory was always like, if you go to work high, they never know when you're not. Right? So like if employers knew, if they only knew how high their employees were or how many of their employees, I don't want to say how high, that sounds like we're not productive.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like they're not productive,
Yeah.
allegedly. But
Are
I
you
mean,
gonna
a
put
lot
on
of.
lights?
Oh, I didn't put on lights. Someone picked my light color. That's probably not even plugged in. I'm gonna be honest with you.
But no, it was a good 420, and it's and yeah, and for some people, like I know for some people they'll hit a little vape or whatever, and they'll come into work super focused
Yeah.
and ready to go. So I don't know. I'm glad to see that, but also like we need to reform this. Yo, black and brown people who couldn't open up a dispensary because they were considered illegal, got felonies and all that shit for basically dealing weed, and now you're like, oh, we're gonna legalize it and make and we're gonna put all these barriers up for you to even get in, and then you got like how Chicago, like how Illinois did that shit was bogus,
It was dirty.
was dirty as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I still support small business.
Same. I support small business too.
Because that was whack. But nonetheless, this 420, a lot of legalization happening, a lot of legislation happening to kind of right some of that fucked up shit. So
So,
a good one.
they
And we smoking
decriminalized sex work in New York. That's a big one. That's a huge one. New York's gonna be fucking lit.
yeah, that's what they're going for.
That's they want a lit ass city.
Well, after the exodus of people that left during COVID, yeah,
Trying to bring people back.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
best of luck.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I was saying, I don't know if people are into fighting or anything like that. Like, but the fights, because I woke up this morning and looked them up.
Mm-hmm.
And man, last night UFC was dope as fuck. Like those were some banger ass fights. I don't know if anybody watched that shit, but damn, that was
I didn't even know.
yeah. And the dude who called him Street Jesus, the one that knocked out Ben Askren with the flying knee
Mm-hmm.
and memed him. Oh, he got memed the shit out like last night, bro.
I love it.
He got punched so hard. I've never seen so much fucking sweat and water spray off a dude. He looked like a fucking hose.
Damn.
Like it.
I need to watch some of these. I didn't know there was a fight. I didn't know who was in it. Tim, could you scroll? Dr. Deadtree mentioned something right before we started.
The Josh fight. What was good about that knockout KB was talking about, though, is dude was being cocky as
Ooh,
fuck.
see, I love that.
Before he was doing that thing where he keeps his hands down to kind of be like, come on, come on, come on, come on.
During the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
And then, yeah, there's a still shot of when he gets punched, and it looks like it's raining.
Yeah.
Because there's so much sweat and.
I bet that's a
and
cool ass shot, though.
It's a really
Yeah,
good
it-
shot.
I
Dude
bet
got
that's a cool ass
like
shot.
Rocky, fam. It looked like a Rocky freeze frame. Like
He
it's
got
just.
knocked the fuck out, and then dude immediately got on him and was. I mean, he was already out, but I mean, dude was getting a couple more punches in. It was,
Well, because that's what he did to Ben Askren
Yeah.
when he gave him
Yep.
the knee.
Mm.
And so they asked Usman in the like post conference. They was like, "Yo, like, why did you do that?" He was already out. He was like, "Well, the ref's job is to stop me. I'm not the one to stop. Hey, say the fight is over or whatever."
Yeah, you stop
And
me.
he's like those punches seemed a little unnecessary. He goes, "Yeah, they were super necessary." With a smirk on his face, because that's what he said about Ben Askren. He was like, "Yo, those punches were super necessary." So like,
Got him.
got him.
I love making a cocky motherfucker look stupid.
Yeah,
I live for these moments.
and don't get a shit twisted. Masvidal is a great fucking. He's a good fighter. Like straight up, people try to clown
You
him. but-
gotta be fucking sure you're gonna win before you talk so much shit, though.
No, but here's the hilarious part. Okay, so Usman is an actual like he actually holds the welterweight in UFC like for the men's, right? And so then you have fucking so Usman holds the title. You have fucking Jorge Masvidal, who's great entertainment, no lie. But he had what's called the BMF title, quote unquote, the baddest motherfucker. I don't know if y'all remember that bullshit fight or whatever. And so he brought that to this fight, and it was like, bro, but that's That's like a little kid bringing their WWE belt to like the match. Like, oh,
Would that be like me if I won like that belt in that comedy competition?
Yeah.
Me bringing it to a totally different comedy competition?
yes, yeah.
That's completely, I would do it though. Actually, like, let me not lie. I would carry that thing with me anywhere I went. Had I won it. I should have stole it the first time.
But yeah, that was some good shit. Thug Rose got her fucking belt back. She a little G. That was a good fight. Hey,
Yeah,
you know,
No idea. No clue.
I'm gonna send you some. I think you would like Thug Rose.
Okay.
She's an
Send me
itty-
some shit.
She's an itty little bitty thing.
Am I gonna fall in love?
Yeah, she's
All right.
adorable. But who she fought, Zhang Weili, there was some bullshit. Like a lot of people was like, oh, Rose knocked out the communists, like, because she's Chinese. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, dude? Like, Zhang Weili is like dope as fuck. Like, she a dope fighter. I want to see a rematch on that one. They need to run that one back. Sorry, I'm being
I
all
fucking
fight
hate
nerd.
people. I hate people so hard.
I was like, why would you bring that into like this one,
Because
like
why wouldn't they?
was
Because
booing
why
her
not?
and shit.
Of course they were. What a bunch of fucking assholes.
The other highlight of that dude getting knocked out, Jorge Masvidal, to me, is that he's actually from Miami, and that was in Miami. So like, so it was kind of a nice little icing on the cake. And after Ben Askren got knocked out by the little weird little YouTube buddy,
Jake Paul.
yeah,
Jake Paul.
Dude, why? How old is he? Because he be looking like 22, 57, 33 all at the same time. I'm like,
He's got to
how
be in his
old-
early 20s, I would guess.
How
Tim, can
old-
you scroll down? It's paused. Yeah, he's young. He's young.
Hey, buddy, stay off the coke, bro. Like, that's catching up with him real fast.
He's got stupid YouTube money, so yeah, he's probably
Yeah, 24.
Really?
Yeah.
He a 24 motherfucking line. Plus 12, plus another 20, plus
Right.
He looks old, dude.
Yeah. Born in 1997.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn, bro.
Mhm.
Stay, the drugs
Neighbors.
don't do drugs, kids. Cause he looking old than a motherfucker.
He did a lot. He did too much. He existed is what happened and filmed it. That was his first mistake. You should have never picked up a camera.
Little weirdo. That little buddy looks a mess.
All of them. The whole family. Isn't their dad a fucking weirdo too?
Yeah, I think he's a creep as well.
Yeah, I think one of their YouTube videos, like when they were like just YouTube stars or whatever, one of the videos was like, tell us which Paul man that sounds weird. Which Paul boy kisses the best. And they blindfolded a chick and they all kissed her and their dad did too. It was fucking gross. Dad's a total creeper. He hits on the house girls Jake brings. Of course he does. I think like their mom like got that the mom and dad got a divorce like in the midst of all this, probably because of all of this. Because they were just destructive little asshole kids because it made them go viral. So yeah, once mom and dad got divorced, dad was like super creepy. Yeah, he like made out with a young
what?
girl on camera.
A lot of these parents of some of these young YouTube people, I'll be like, you need to relax. This is not like this is a new stage parent is YouTube parents.
Mm-hmm.
Like that little Asian bitch that hold up, let me rephrase that. That little Asian kid who was manipulated by her mama, who is a bitch, and her brother, that little girl, what's her name?
I don't know who you're talking about.
She used to like be in videos and be like, oh yeah, and they had this little Asian girl
Who had
and, like,
money?
Yeah,
Pretend she was like a gangster.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You ain't getting money like me, my nigga. Like you not like
Yes.
saying shit like that. And I'm
Lil
like,
Tay, right?
who- Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Panic Pun got excited and he tried to type Lil Tay, but says, I'll tat. I got you, Panic Pun. I knew what you were trying to say.
but that shit, and so now there's a thing out about her feeling abused by her father and her stepmom, but it also leaked that that was a PR ploy that her brother and mom were going to use
They
to
realtors?
rejuvenate her career. Yeah.
As realtors, right? They were taking her to these houses that they were trying to sell. And we're like, hey, make these, because they knew these videos were going to go viral. And that they fucking knew people were going to hate this kid.
Yeah, and they were putting her in very fucked up situations where I'm like, dude, like where's DCFS, fam? Like, where are they? Because like,
Hey, some have come in. There was a whole family that was going viral on YouTube. They were a famous family on YouTube. And the more people were watching it, they were like, okay, you're not just pranking your kids. You're fucking abusing them. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Tim?
Yeah, I think it was called like Daddy of Five or Father
Daddy of Five.
Yeah,
Yep.
Daddy of Five, Panic Fun.
He was fucked. And they were like just torturing like this little kid, and like pranking him and putting him through hell.
put this into perspective. These are grown people on fucking YouTube trying to get clicks and views by basically
Exploiting their children.
exploiting their fucking kids.
They were straight up abusing their kid for views.
Cause you don't have any talent. Fuck out of here, dude. That shit's fucking.
Yeah, they got canceled, and I believe they got their kids taken away. Because I think it was like the guy had custody of the kids, and the mom was a stepmom, and I think they were like, no.
You a grown ass person wanting YouTube star fandom and fame. Like fuck out of here. This shit
it was
made
trashy.
off of
They were
doing
trashy
bullshit.
as fuck. They were so trashy. It was
Like,
gross.
come on now.
Super gross.
Come on now. Y'all out here wilding. Out here wilding, man. So yeah, so that was my weekend in kind of a nutshell. I watched terrible movies last night with the homie Nelly.
Yeah. What'd you watch?
We've been on a bad movie kick.
You have to give me movie recommendations. I was just talking about this. I was like, I don't have any recommendations from KB. I don't know what to watch.
So if you want to watch something hilariously bad, I have 3 recommendations for you.
Mm-hmm.
Samurai Cop, and if you haven't seen it,
That just sounds right up Nelly's alley. Black Ninja, he says.
Black Ninja, and
1 and 2.
and then what was the other one where it was the ninja fighting the KK? Oh, Ninja Revenge.
So you went all out ninja movies.
Fam, Ninja Revenge. All right, so here's how we got hooked on Ninja Revenge, fam. They said it was gonna be a ninja fucking up the KKK, and I was like, I'm in.
On board. Let's do it.
with this shit, bro.
Ninja Vengeance. Ooh, that's fun to say. Say it out loud. Ninja Vengeance.
Bro, this pussy ass motherfucker was doing these lame ass fucking karate moves. That's like the first day of karate. And he was scared. Like the KKK, bro, he watched a black dude get murdered by the KKK, and yet he got ninja skills. What the fuck? Bro, I was so mad at that trash ass movie, so we had to cleanse our palate with Black Ninja.
Okay. Did it
Yo.
Did it
all right,
work?
So Black Ninja, fam, that movie just started. Like, what I mean is, like, it was like, here's the logo for the production company and the movie. There was no credits.
Oh.
There was no opening scene. There was nothing.
They just throw you in.
They just throw you in, fam.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
the other thing about these movies, titties.
Okay. I appreciate titties.
And these are 70s, 80s titties.
Cool. I don't discriminate.
Yeah. So, if you are looking for hilariously bad, hilariously, terribly edited films
And titties?
and titties, check out Ninja Vengeance,
Ninja Vengeance.
Samurai Cop, and Black Ninja.
Okay. Ninja movies.
Were these all on Tubi? Because Nelly
Yes.
said on Tubi. So I got a Roku TV, and Tubi is just like, well, you watch a couple commercials up top and then sprinkled in and everything is free?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a lot of shit on there, too.
Tubi.
Yeah.
I don't want to. They don't pay us, but That sounds nice.
Well, maybe they should.
Maybe they should.
But yeah, dude. Like, what I'm saying is anybody can make a movie. Anybody. After watching that, I was like, dude, we should.
Hey. I was gonna go into a bit about like OnlyFans. Yes, anybody can make a movie. Kind of off topic. I saw my friends yesterday for the first time in forever. One of our friends came up from North Carolina, and so we all got together. It was I think 6 of us. But one of my friends helps his girl make content and decided to show us. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch my friend's porn right now. I'm going to do that.
How was it?
Great.
Awesome.
I was very proud of him. I was very proud of him.
Good for him.
Yeah, I was like, oh, and her. I was like, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great ass. I made a joke when I got there when he got there, because I know what she does. He tells us his ventures all the time. He's a listener of the podcast. I'm not going to call him out by name.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't show his face or anything. But, so I was like, I wanted stories. And I made the comment. I was like, oh no, I'm stuck in the refrigerator. And he's like, speaking of refrigerator, let me show you this scene that we just did. And I was like, fucking nailed it. She wasn't stuck in the refrigerator, but like for some reason the refrigerator was open.
Gotcha.
And she was in front of it.
Right.
And
was there like, because I get critical of porn.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really do, because I'd be like, if it be like one angle, I'm like, you want to switch that up right quick, or is it multiple? Like, is it?
It was one angle.
Okay.
He is very like, he does not show his face.
Right.
So you get from here down. Mm-hmm. And what I appreciate about it, what I told him is it's going to make somebody feel represented. Like he's not your like stereo. He's a big dude. Uh-huh. He's just like, and he's not like, he'll tell you, he's not like hung like a horse. Like,
well, good
that's what I'm saying. Representation. Like,
good for him.
She does scenes with other dudes who are fucking hung. Like, I watched some of those too. He was like showing us. He's like, this dude just doesn't hit it right. Look at it. I was like, he looks like he's hitting it just fine. I think you're just being, because that's your girl. Like, that's when like, I think you're just being critical because it's not you.
Right.
But it was just a 2-minute clip. There was
she's not even squeezing up her face.
See, the girls there,
yeah.
We all watched it. Mm-hmm. Our male friend in town was like, I ain't watching that. That's my friend. I'm like, you've never seen your friend's dick? And he's like, no, never. And I'm like, why?
Dudes, you guys never seen? I mean, granted, I ain't seen my friend's coochies, but like,
no, I ain't seen my friend's coochie. I've seen all my friends' titties though.
But like, if they was like, yo, we made a porno, I'd be like, I do want to see this though. Like,
right. I want to support my friends in their sex business.
Yeah. You know
Dr. Deadtree says not their hard dicks. Okay. And I know I'll never see my homie's dick. Okay. I know that you probably don't want to, it was a 2-minute clip and it was to completion because she needs the shot. She gets paid for the shot.
Yeah.
And I was like, good
point.
shot. Oh my buckets.
Yeah.
Good for you. I was like, how do you do that? But I was also like, I'd be really mad if you got this in my hair, bro. And he's like, she wanted it in her hair. She said for the shot we had to do it. And I was like, all right. But that's like, my little PSA today is support your friend's sex businesses.
Yeah.
It's not weird to watch your friend's porn.
Not at all. Support
your
Everybody
friends.
got fucking dreams, fam. Like,
And that's how I kind of said bye yesterday to everybody. I was like, I'm not going to say his name, but I was like, all right, guys, instead of take care, I was like, come buckets. Like, I was like, have a good night. And he was like, I will. Thank you. I'm like, all right. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah. And people need to stop like fronting. Like, I hate when like people front like, oh, come on now. Everybody like a good fucking. Like,
yeah.
Like, why?
Come on
why
now.
do people be bugging like
Our friend that was there was a little. He's like, he kept making faces, and I'm like, listen, man. I'm like, you just got out of a relationship. You were in a relationship for a long time. I'm like, and maybe some of these women in the past made you feel maybe not secure about talking about the things that you like.
Mhm.
I'm like, none of what we're talking about is gross. None of it.
None of it.
I'm like, just because you don't like it.
It's fucking
I'm like, hey,
natural.
whatever. I'm like, you don't know what you like.
Yeah.
I'm like, you might like stuff in your butt, dude.
Yeah.
Try it. Just put some in there.
Yeah.
He didn't like that, but that's all right.
Get adventurous. Try
Find
it out.
Fuck it. No pun intended. Pun intended. Fuck it.
Fuck it. You know
Just
what I'm
fuck
saying?
it.
Just fuck it. Just suck it. Just
Okay, so for the most part,
it's an adult bop it. It's just different. Just lick it. Just twist it. Like it's an adult bop it.
so I'm gonna
man.
guess. So in the chat when we were talking about seeing your friends' dicks, the consensus is they don't want to see their friends' dicks.
No, I get that. I get that.
Teach says not their hard dicks. Like, okay, so you just like, we're peeing, we're changing. I just happen to see your dick in passing. I know you're not like, look, dude, look at my hard dick. Like,
Unless you part of Jackass. That was like a
oh, that was a thing.
that
yeah,
was
probably.
a thing for a while for like dudes to be like, oh, look at my dick. Like it's like, dude, like when I started comedy, there was a dude that I did stand up with, Josh, who he would like. He had taken a few jobs as a male stripper for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he came running up to us because we were having like a meeting. And he came running up in just his like Speedo. And he was like, KB, look at, and I'm like, I'm not looking at your dick, bro. Like, and he's like, it's not even full hard. Like, it's just,
Just look at it.
yeah. Just, and some people would call that sexual assault. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. I didn't want it. I was like, get it out of here.
Get your stripper dick out of
Get
here.
your stripper dick out of here. I'm glad you made your money though. But
Yeah, good for you.
yeah.
Good for you.
but no, it's like I don't. Yeah, I just people being really sensitive about it. Like I get it. Like I get our situation where you're like, I'm not about to say anything in front of Timmy, and Timmy's like, I'm not
Some
about
things.
To, yeah, you know,
Sometimes I just fail to give any fucks.
yeah.
Sorry.
I love those moments. though.
Yeah, I know.
But the other thing is that I sent you because there was this thread that happened, and I sent you a video. And the video is a compilation of Nicki Minaj being annoyed with her ex-boyfriend,
Yes.
and the reason why
She just roasted him. It was just a compilation of Nicki just roasting this motherfucker.
like when he was like, Chinese water, she's like, we're in Japan. Just deadpan, like you don't.
She's like, oh, she looked at him and talked to him like he was the dumb, and he would like it was all anytime she saw, I was like, yeah, he did just say some dumb shit
Yeah.
or do some dumb shit.
And so the reason why I said that to you is because I showed it to multiple people, and it was like, why would she date him? And I was like, yo, and then everybody stopped and was like, you know what?
You know why?
Have you ever just held on to a motherfucker that you are not compatible because the sex is just banging? You like, you know what?
God, I hate when that fucking happens. God, I hate when that happens.
You're like, damn it. Oh, God, you are dumb as a
And then they
box
try
of
to talk
rocks.
to you, and you're like,
Yeah.
shh, 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 shh. Just shut up.
You try to plan all activities where there's no conversation.
You want to go fuck at the movie theater? You can go fuck at the library? Feeling adventurous. It's like, why do you keep fucking me in all these quiet places? I don't want to hear it.
Don't want to
Uber home. I'm not giving you a ride.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Men been treating women like that for ages.
Yeah. And I was just like, dude, like, because my mom was like, oh, she's like, why did she? And then I was like, and then she named the dudes in her past where she was like, oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I stayed in a relationship for way, way too long because I was like, well, the dick's good. So, yeah. And it was not, in the end, looking back, I'm like, not worth it.
Not worth
I
it.
was so young and didn't realize just like everybody's got a dick, Aimee. Like,
Yeah.
relax. You could just make it work with someone else.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's ways to, yeah. Oh, never mind. Uh,
And also, I got me.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
I'm my
There's
best
you.
lover.
Yes. Yes. But that was one of the things I was like, damn, dude, like, yeah, I have been there where Shorty was like,
Dumb. I can't do dumb.
yeah,
I
dude,
love
like,
conversation. I love talking about shit. I love intellectual conversation.
and fam, like, I don't even like realize it because I'm so chill. And then, like, they'll be like, "Oh, you're really smart," and I'm like, "Not really. I just."
No, it's
read
because they're so dumb.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, no, it's just.
I've noticed about myself. I
Go on
dated,
Reddit
I
every
think
once in a
I think
while.
I dated, I'm sure I dated multiple men that I was smarter than, but like one specifically who would almost pump me up about it. And he's like, "You're so much smarter than me." And everybody, like, I was way smarter than him. I don't think I prefer that. I think I prefer a man who, does that sound fucking terrible? Because I like to ask questions and I like to learn. And if I can't have an intellectual conversation with you and I don't learn anything from our conversations,
Yeah,
I'm not invested.
yeah.
Don't want it.
Timmy, could you date a dumb chick?
No,
No.
I'm trying to think.
can't.
Like, have you ever dated a chick?
I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to think if he's
Okay,
dated a dumb chick.
So Amy knows like my track record with dating. So when I say I dated a girl who was really dumb, like we dated for a couple weeks. I don't even think you or this was when I lived at John's.
Okay.
And we would seriously, like, I would try to have a conversation with her, and she would just say something so fucking dumb, and I'd be like, let's make out, I guess.
Yeah,
So you shut up.
yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to date someone who's
That's
dumb.
probably the reason why they like a lot of dumb people be good at fucking though, because people be like,
They don't
the
have anything
only,
else, yeah.
the only thing and they get a lot of practice. Keep them from talking. Like,
And I feel like smarter people are more in their heads about the fucking anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're thinking about it. Like the people who you can't have conversation with, they're not really thinking about the fucking. They're just fucking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, living that good life,
Right.
taking it.
It must be so nice to be dumb. It must be so nice to be dumb, just to be fucking oblivious. But the thing about being dumb is you're dumb, not aware that you're dumb, and you think you're smart. TJ says he's dumb and bad at fucking.
Yeah, Dr. TJ says he's dumb.
Dumb.
And with that mustache, he's bad at fucking. Okay.
Come on now.
Right. He at least eats
Alright.
some good coochie.
Listen, I have seen streams where his wife has come in and said some shit and TJ's like, "Oh my God." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, okay.
Got that flavor saver.
The doc throws down. I get it. I get it. Happy wife, okay? She's a very happy wife. So come on now.
People be acting like sex is that important to a relationship. I'm like, bro, whew,
Very.
it is, cause like I said, I held on to the shorty that was just the dumb. Like she was like dumb to where, like, I introduced her to friends, and then they turned and looked at me and was like, "Bitch." And I was like, you know what? Maybe we not hang out with my friends anymore. Like,
Right.
like,
Oh, yeah. If I have to, like, think about I'm like, ooh, could I bring you around my friends? Probably not.
yeah.
At the time when I dated the dumb guy, it was kind of early 20s. So we were like, me and my friends were all still fucking heavily drinking.
Yeah.
So bringing him around, I'm like, oh, we're all drunk. It doesn't matter that he's
Yeah,
stupid. We could just blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody knew him before that, so it kind of didn't.
But then
it didn't work.
eventually, like, all that to me, that wears off like super quick. Like fucking, like just like it'll eventually like the dumb chick that I was with, like, we lasted all of maybe like 2.5 months. Like, I just couldn't, and I was like, dude, and I knew within a couple of weeks, like, oh, nah.
Not gonna happen.
But shorty, that mouth do though.
I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I can't even like talk I can't even say that about the dumb motherfucker. Like, a big problem with him is that he wouldn't fuck unless he was drunk.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I'm like, I don't want to be around a drunk motherfucker all the time. And he was so sloppy drunk.
With sloppy dick.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he was like, well, if I'm not drunk, then I'm just going to come real fast. And I'm like, well, work on that.
Yeah.
Just
And-
work on
And
that.
our last guest told us how you could do that with a pocket pussy.
Yeah. It was a very informative.
Yeah, very informative.
Did
Give you
not get-
maximum strokes and everything.
Didn't get him banned on TikTok, but pocket pussies all day.
Pocket pussies all fucking day. So yeah, that's been going on in this stratosphere. Like I just had to talk about like dumb motherfuckers that I dated. I've been there.
I've dated some dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But definitely I was with a dumb motherfucker for entirely too long. And I'll give him maybe he had some street smarts.
Did you go through a streak where you dated
Felons? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Tibby, did you ever date the bad girl?
I dated a girl that after we broke up, I
She
saw
became
her on
bad.
the patch. funny
Same.
enough.
Yeah.
And she got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got in some pretty heavy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she dated another Tim after Tim. Yeah. And got his name tattooed on her immediately. And I was like, which one? It was a situation. I definitely, a boyfriend and I broke up, and within months I saw him in the police blotter, and it made my whole fucking day. It made me, and they use like, I'm familiar with the patch, and they'll put up like just one of the mug shots of the 12 people that are in the police blotter, and it was his, and I was like, oh yes.
Yeah, seeing somebody you used to date in the police blotter is one of the most hilarious
Yeah.
things ever.
Yeah. It made my day. Because I was like, ooh, I wish I would have got him arrested. That would have been nice.
In college, I was on a rebound with this shorty,
Yeah.
and she ended up in the police. We got into a fight at this place called Bar One. It doesn't exist anymore. But there's this bar in DeKalb called Bar One because I went to NIU, and we had got into it that night at the bar. And I was like, dude, I just can't deal with you anymore. Like, just young, dumb, drunk shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm fucking out of here. She's like, you just gonna fucking leave me? Like, just drunk.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm out. Like, this is my fucking senior year. I don't need this fucking
Oh, yeah.
drama. Like, fuck this.
Bye.
Got arrested that night. She got arrested that night.
That night. Damn. That's kind of satisfying, though.
Got arrested that night. I was like, dude, like.
You're like, well,
Yeah, dude.
I don't got to deal with that.
Cause like.
First
I'm
date,
not
last date? Damn.
I'm not a punk, but damn, I'm not about to be fighting bitches because you want to be reckless with your mouth.
Oh, I'll leave a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'll leave a motherfucker at a bar. I have. I will again.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Got arrested outside of Bar One that night. Got into it with a girl, and boom, got arrested. And I was like, glad I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the only time someone you were with got arrested?
Yeah, that's let me think. Yeah, that's the only time. And that was just young college dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like it was just a drunk bitch that was just wilding at the bar.
So, I'm
And
going to tell a
fighting bitches
story that I don't know that I've ever told before.
All right.
I dated this boy, and he was living in like the Bradley Kankakee area. And his living situation wasn't like ideal for me going over there, right? So I would like go pick him up. Well, I didn't have my own place. I lived with my parents. I was like 18. And so I would take my dad's truck out there, and we would find a spot. And then we would
Right.
violate either that area or my dad's truck. And one time we were using the truck, and the cops pulled up. And I mean, we got away with being indecent, like quick recovery.
Yeah.
but Mister had a warrant.
Oh.
Apparently. And the awkward part was that he got arrested and I'm driving out of there, but like when we left, my route home apparently is the same route to the police station. So
Oh man.
we're like riding alongside and I'm like looking over to see if I'm like, I don't know what to do. And when he got out, he told me, he's like, the cops were fucking roasting me so hard for you. Like, and I was like, what other way could I have gone?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I was going that way. And he was like, oh yeah, they were just, oh, look at this fucking dumb bitch. And that's why I hate police. I was like, wow.
They thought Aimee was having a stand by your man. Like they thought that moment was happening. Aimee was like, I'm trying to get fucking home. Fuck this motherfucker. I already did.
I was trying to. Cops fucking cock blocked me. They were like, what's this truck doing behind this warehouse?
Hey, fam, can I bust this nut right quick before you take it?
Like, come on. How long is he going to be gone?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Don't turn on your cam for this. Just
real quick. It'll take a minute.
like for real. Like, let me bust this nut right quick.
It'll be fine.
Fuck it, he about to go to jail. Let him get his own
You're
nut
gonna
off right quick.
you're gonna let him go to jail with blue balls. They're like, yes, we are,
And roast him on the way.
and roast him on the way. And they're like, you little bitch, and you didn't nut, you little bitch.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the warrant was for.
Oh, that sucks when you gotta pause a nut.
Yeah, we didn't finish.
Oh, that
Yeah.
shit. Oh, that's the.
That happened a lot in that relationship.
Pause the nuts.
Yeah, I got my ass beat. Yeah, in the middle.
Oh,
yeah.
is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Got my head
Pause the
bashed in
nuts.
with a skateboard. Yeah. I didn't have pants on for that whole thing. Run outside with my pants in my hand. And I'm like, come out here. I'll beat your ass. I'm like,
Man.
no, I won't.
Dude, the things Coochie and Dick will have you doing, fam. Like, straight up, man. That's wild as fuck.
She was just riding high after that Nickelback concert. She was like,
Look at this photograph.
every time it makes me laugh.
I'm about to
Bash
beat
this
bitch ass.
She did too. I'll take the L. I'll take the L. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I lost that fight.
I appreciate you taking that L. You didn't say like, oh well, no, it's
Nope.
because I didn't have no pants on.
I don't
so
think I
no.
landed a single. Like I don't want to talk like too much shit about myself, but the whole fucking moment, it happened so quickly, and she was on me.
Yeah.
Like immediately, I had no opportunities to do anything.
Right.
And she wasn't
And
just.
you'd be on edge if you didn't drove like all the way over there after a Nickelback concert.
Bash down your own front door.
You didn't pal down Coors Light and Budweisers all night and shit.
You got your Nickelback tattoo on your titty before you came home.
She
Come
drove
on.
a pickup truck blaring the music, pulled in. She pulled right on the lawn.
I
No
should have
fucks
heard
given.
it. I should have heard it.
No fucks given.
I should have heard it. But she had me, she was on me, she had me down, and she was choking me while also with her other hand, like, skateboard to the face. She took the fucking stereo and like pulled it down. Like I had no opportunities to do anything.
Yeah, and you know what, Aimee? And sometimes, like, I feel like people need their ass whooped to understand some lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I've gotten my ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like, I got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
And I learned to fight after that.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, I am never.
I had brothers who didn't fight. I had 3 older brothers and none of them fought.
I was the opposite.
I mean, they fought me.
No, my brother fought any and everybody. So, like, you know, and I remember the girl, she whooped my ass. Fair and square. Like, she whooped my ass because smart ass KB wanted to say some shit. And I was
That'll
young.
happen.
I was young. I was like 10, 11.
Yep.
And I got my ass kicked.
Yep.
And then my brother was like, oh, you don't know how to fight? No. And then he taught me like a little bit. And then this is how fucked up families are, fam. we had a family function and my cousin was there. I'm not gonna name my cousin, but it was a boy cousin, and he was known for being kind of a little badass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is fucked up, but like, you know how young kids, our family is kind of big and shit, and so like kids would go off and play and do their own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and so my cousins and brother had basically had the younger kids fighting each other. It was like a little kid fight club.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened was they was like, oh, you got to fight. I'm not gonna name his name.
Mm-hmm.
And so we up there, or whatever. And my brother's like, remember what I taught you? Like he over there, like the coach and Rocky.
Yeah. Rubbing your shoulders before.
Like remember, like nah.
Giving you water.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. Looking good, champ. And so
Get out there.
yeah. And so then me and my cousin were boxing, and then I throw a right jab straight to the nose, and blood.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh shit, I did that. Like, and at first I was like, oh, that's fucked up. But then there was a part of me like, oh, that's great. I did it. I did that. And so then that cousin runs and obviously cries and tells the family. And then one of my aunts comes back. It's like, what are y'all doing with the kids back here? Like,
It's a kid fight club. Y'all like, well, we don't talk about fight club.
what happens if Fight Club stays in Fight Club? Like, but then everybody's like, yeah, good shit. Like,
We didn't see nothing.
but now I got my ass kicked, and I was like, man, I do not want to be on the receiving end of that. But the other thing that my brother taught me was like, don't start shit. Like, don't
Right.
start shit when you don't
Right.
have to be in shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I didn't get in fights after that. Like,
yeah. You were like, I'm done with.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
No
good.
more
I'm
catch me
a
outside.
lover. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a huge, there's a huge piece of you when you're harming someone intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that takes a lot out of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want a piece of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep your pieces. I don't want it. I'm sorry. Let's smoke weed together. That's my way to resolve things. Please, let's just smoke weed together and we'll be fine. That's how me and Tim became friends again. Smoked weed together. I'm like, hey, let's
Yeah.
just smoke a bowl and we'll be great. I bet I could resolve a lot of issues.
Yeah. P.S. I saw on 420, I saw a few people who are independent entrepreneurs
Uh-huh.
of cannabis,
Okay. Yep.
you know, post an ongoing like little meme about it's 420, but you still owe me 420.
Oh no.
And it was 3 different people who are independent entrepreneurs who posted that on 420. Hey, if you can't afford to smoke, fam,
Mm-mm. I don't like owing money. I won't do it.
don't do that to the
I won't
independent
do it.
entrepreneurs out
And
there.
I happen to be really, really close with my small business friend,
Mhm.
and who is always like, hey, I got you. Like, if you need to pay me Friday, that's fine. And I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Occasionally I will.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows where I fucking live.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, occasionally I gotta be fucking desperate. I don't want to owe you money.
Oh, this is another thought I had this week.
Yes.
Okay. I was writing new jokes and shit, and
Mhm.
this thought popped into my head. And you tell me, which one would you rather?
Okay.
And you too, Timmy and Adele. All right. Would you rather have the ability to go back in time, but it's only for one day? Or would you rather go into the future and see all the shit that you want to see, but your memory gets erased once you return?
Oh, that's really difficult because that means you have to pick one day to go back to.
Yeah.
Like, what day do you want to go back to and mm, redo that day? Future would be cool, but then you won't remember anything. How long are you in the future?
You can see as far as you want to see. You're just not going to remember it.
I think I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to.
There is no way in this brain of mine that I could pick one moment to go back to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. I would have so much guilt. I would have so much guilt for not picking something else.
Got you. Yeah.
That maybe I can see something into the future that would give me like, oh, that makes me happy. And not remember, okay, whatever. Then I just live my life as it was.
Yeah.
I mean, sucks if like I go into the future and like there's something that happened that I could have changed and I
Yeah.
can't go back and remember what it was.
Yeah, that shit would. Because,
But you'll never know that it
Yeah.
bugs you.
Yeah. But it might be that little thought that lingers that's like, what?
Right.
I'm
What
missing
is
something.
that?
Like
Right.
there's. Timmy, what you doing?
I think I would do the same. I think going back one day, even if it's one day, I think that's risky business. That's a lot of potential to fuck shit up.
Butterfly effect shit.
But yeah,
if you can change that day, your whole the rest of that timeline is going to be different.
and so go forward. And I think too, from like a metaphorical, it's like you know what, I'd rather look forward than try to find something from my past to go back and either change or observe or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in my past that's so crippling that I feel the need to go back and change. I'm content with how I am right now and like I'm not, where I want to be in life necessarily, but I'm not like as far like down in the pit as I could be maybe if something was different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I'm going to leave the past as the past and I'll go in the future. Chat, if you want to chime in, I would love to know.
Yeah.
What's yours, KB? What would you do?
I'm with y'all on that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it because I was working out on just a joke premise idea shit that I was working out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't feel like getting into a deep thought. Sometimes with jokes, I'll have a deep thought, and I'm like, that's too metaphysical bullshit. I'm not gonna
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But I was thinking about it, and I was like, damn, dude, like, because like thinking about it, I was like, if you go back to one day, that was the one thing that I said. What moment can you actually pick
Right.
that you would be like, I'm going to go back to this day, and what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
What are you really gonna do at the end of the day? Like, and then, like, if you fuck up something within that day, does that fuck up
The timeline.
the timeline
Right.
of where you started?
Think about any given day, any little itty bitty thing that happened. Like every second of the day counts. Like if you've lost somebody in a car accident,
Yeah.
you know that like had it been a minute, a second, just a moment in time different, the outcome would have been different. So like, yeah, and that'll fuck your whole timeline.
Yeah. But see, this is my sneaky ass.
Okay. I
would-
like sneaky.
I would go in the future and try to leave myself notes.
Sneaky. Sneaky.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, dude, like,
You're in the future, you're in a house, you're like, I don't recognize none of this.
yeah.
But you have established that this is your home.
Yeah.
You're going to fucking find a Post-it and you're going to write yourself a little ditty.
Yeah.
And then you're going to fucking put it in a book that you're like, I'm definitely going to read that. I know me.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be the one thing, because it's like, it's going to be gone. But the plus side is that, like, oh, I love myself. Some little notes in there.
Right.
That'd be kind of cool. And it would tweak future
That's
me out.
sneaky. That is
Yeah.
sneaky. In the chat, I'd rather just leave shit as is. I would not change anything. It could change something in the present. That's why I don't want to fuck. Yeah, I don't want to fuck with anything in the past. I feel like if you go in the future, you're just observing and you're looking at shit. It's not going to change anything in the future.
I mean, I might
Maybe if you
figure
run
out some
in,
numbers.
maybe if you run into yourself
Ooh, yeah.
or like something, or like you run into somebody that's like, wait, you're KB, but like you're KB from 2021, and we're in,
Yeah.
like you're old KB now. Like what the fuck is going on? that might fuck some shit up.
Damn. Yeah.
So you got to be super stealth.
Right. I might have to like cut a mohawk or something.
You might have to have like an invisibility clause in this question.
No, well, that's the great part about the question is that
It's
there's
open to whatever.
Well, no, it's that like at first you're like, oh, this might be like what it like for instance, maybe going and see. I thought about this. Maybe going back in the past, I don't want to change shit. I just
Right.
want to experience something
Right.
like Woodstock.
Okay. So
You know
like
what I'm
you
saying?
yeah,
Like-
you could go before your lifetime. But what if you go to Woodstock and you meet somebody at Woodstock and you make an impact on that person's life? You don't exist in that timeline. What's that going to do to that person?
Fuck them.
I'm just saying like little itty bitty shits affect a timeline. I'm just saying.
But for real, like, because that was the other thing. I was like, dude, it would be cool to like go back to a specific thing and, and maybe re-witness it or whatever. I don't know.
On a different
I
level,
thought
I
that
believe
other-
Tim and I have had this conversation. Like, okay, say it's the year 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're doing your 2005 things.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a glimpse into your future.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to jump to this moment right here
Mm-hmm.
in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So you in 2005 comes down those stairs and you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know you're a comedian.
Right.
You don't know you're a fucking podcast host.
Right.
You don't, and you're like,
You
do
have
you think
really
2000
fucked up your
where did you go
life.
wrong?
You have fucked up your life. That's what 2005 would
I was
mean.
going to say, would 2005 you be surprised by the fact that you're a comedian?
Yes. And here's the funny part about it. I wrote my first like little like set in college. I graduated college in 2005, 2006. But I was like, nah, that's not, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought I was going to be like a fucking principal or some shit by now. Like that's really what I thought. Thank God I'm not. But yeah, 2005 me would be like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I was way more uptight younger than I am now. Like I was more anxiety, high strung, very like overachiever mentality bullshit.
Yeah.
And so like I couldn't balance the idea of ambition and happiness. Like it was all ambition. So 2005 me would be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm
See,
saying? Like
I think I'd be exact opposite. And I feel like maybe Tim relates to this. If I walk downstairs right now and I saw this, even though this is like, you know, not the best fucking room in the world, but if I saw that I was doing this and I found out like, oh, I'm a comedian, I would be fucking stoked. I'd be like,
Dude,
that's actually pretty cool.
Here's the thing. Knowing me and how my expectations were back then and what I thought success was back then,
Mm-hmm.
my perspective back then, I know me. Like, I know that I would look at me and be like, but what are you really doing? Like, what does this really, like, you know, like you're not, you know, like I just had that type of mentality back
Mhm.
then because in college and you know, everything is like competitive and jobs are competitive and I'm doing all of this. I'm trying to, and da 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 da. I was so caught up in that type of shit that,
This is just, I'm, Dr. Deadtree says, I feel both of these so much. Because that is such a weird, TJ would walk down and be like, oh, I'm a doctor and also a comedian. What's the balance there? Like, how the fuck am I supposed to feel about that? Like, your first thought, you're going to be like, am I fucking failing as a doctor? Like, what happened?
yeah, like, and
Right?
that's
Wouldn't
what I
you?
want to know with the chat.
Wouldn't
Like,
you?
is
I think-
2005, you looking at you like,
You know what?
awesome, or what? Like, I think 2005 me would be like, oh, that's cool, but what is going on with it?
I think 2005 me, looking at the bigger picture, not
Yeah.
just this. If she walked around and did a tour of my life, she would be really upset that she's not, that she has a failed marriage. She would be very upset, and she'd be very upset she doesn't have any children.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2005 Aimee would be And 2005, Aimee would be like, you old bitch.
Yeah, yeah. But the other aspect of 2005 me
Mm-hmm.
would be like, fuck yeah, you finally got your artistic shit out. Because that was one of
See,
the
now
other,
we're swapping.
Yeah, that was the other aspect too, was like during that time, like I was trying, like I was in and out of like different bands, like trying to start different bands, and like I was writing a lot of poetry and going to poetry shit, and I was just looking for like different creative outlets where I could like consistently perform. I didn't have to rely on other people, and I didn't have to rely on a shit ton of equipment. Like that, like not real. Like I realized that at 27, but in 2005, I wasn't 27 yet. You know, I was still young and in early 20s. So it was like, for me, it was like, nah, I'm gonna, be this teacher and get my PhD and I'm gonna work on these bands and I'm playing with this people this weekend, and it was that type of shit. But like teaching was so consuming that all of that fell by the wayside.
Right.
So there was no.
Yeah, I could see
artistic
where
outlet.
I could see where your perspective would be as in 2005 you're, about to graduate college. Like that would not be where your mind would be. And in 2005, like I had aspirations of I was like, I'm going to be a mom. Now in 2021, I'm like, that sounds fucking terrible. Like, I don't want none of that.
Yeah, and now, like, am I mad at where I'm at? Absolutely not.
No.
Is there shit that I want for myself and where I want to be? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Am I working on that right now? Fuck yes.
Yes.
I just think that, like, for me personally, I'm actually happy. Like, my mom was like, you're not making nearly as much as you were as a teacher, and you weren't even making a lot as a teacher. I was like, yeah, and I'm not suicidal. So
My mental health.
So how about we
That's
just take that as like
worth
a
it.
win? The peace that I have now and the happiness
That just
I have
made me
now,
so
it's
sad
like-
because it made me realize how much people's money matters to them more than their mental health. Because people will go through fucking shit for their paycheck. That makes me really sad. Really, really sad. Tim, I want to know your thoughts on this. 2005 you walks down here, finds out your life.
I think when I think to 2005, I feel like then I was in a very toxic relationship.
I picked 2005 out of nowhere just because it's a year I'm gonna.
That was a good number to toss out.
That's-
a good year to throw out
So
there.
it makes people feel fucked up when I say that's when I graduated high school. It either makes you feel old or it makes you feel really young when I say that. So I don't. But that's why I was like, I was graduating high school. Like I feel like Tim's a little bit older than me. You're a little bit older than me. I feel like it's still like a good, like spot in your life.
Yeah.
It's a similar spot.
Transformative.
Right.
It's a
Right.
transformative period.
So okay, Tim, go ahead.
I think I think my main takeaway would be I would be very happy that I was doing stand up because that is something that I've thought about since probably before 2005. And I think I would be happy that I'm in a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
I think that would definitely be
I think this is by far Tim's healthiest relationship.
yes.
Like by a landslide.
Yeah, clap that up, man. I'm clapping that up, man.
Thank
Shout
It takes
out to
people.
y'all too
It takes time.
for developing a cool ass
But
relationship.
As my mom used to always tell me, sometimes you got to kiss a lot of toads.
Yeah.
Well, and that's exactly it. I think I did have to go through a lot of kind of not so great relationships to realize like, yeah, this is what I want, or this is what I will be vocal about in a relationship.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That I think that's like one of the biggest things is I feel like Tim has always been like Tim's such a pleaser. So he's dated a lot of women who like don't communicate and just want him to be like, know what I want.
Yes.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Know what I fucking want. And so now
Like you a
he's with-
mind reader, huh, Timmy?
Right,
like
right.
you just supposed to
You're
know,
like, what
huh,
the
Timmy?
fuck am I?
I try.
So now he's with somebody
Timmy's a
who's-
sweetheart
who's-
too.
Yeah, he's so sweet. And so he's with somebody who like they communicate. And he's like, holy fuck, somebody communicates with me.
It is-
Wait, hold up. Well, let's get confirmation. Adele, nod if you agree.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a
They
verbal agreement.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Dope.
Yeah. They're good.
No, I like that.
Tim's
So-
habit. Listen,
Well,
Tim and I have been close for years. So there's been a lot of times where I've picked up Tim to head to the open mic, and it's like, this relationship, he's having a bad day because of this. Or times where he's left open mics. I was just talking about, he's left open mics, his own open mics early because these women are just like, I can't handle this. Like, I can't. Yeah, there's one specific. I'm not saying it's like
right,
a shit ton of women, but
well, I know.
Well,
But
it's funny. It came up on my memories because I remember making a post. One of the girls I was dating was like gaslighting me. She's like, these comedians are only friends with you because you can help their comedy. And at the time, I ran an open mic, and I'm like, help them how? Put their name on the list?
yeah,
Like,
I
anyone
run an
can do
open
that.
mic, man.
Literally anyone.
and then
Yep.
so like kissing all these toads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what now being older because we're all 30s
Mm-hmm.
and up, like what's non-negotiable? Is there anything that's like non-negotiable for you where you're like after being through this type of shit? This is non-negotiable. Like you get like this is
for sure.
this
Well, your
is-
standards raised, like, and definitely there's like, there's shit I won't tolerate. If I don't feel the need to like look into shit like I would when I was in my 20s or my late teens and whatnot, like to investigate shit to catch people in lies. If I'm getting to that point where I even have to investigate, I'm out. I'm out. So if I'm feeling like that, and I have insecurities, I'm not saying I'm not perfect. My brain works in crazy ways. I'll piece shit together if I don't know, and it's almost 100% of the time wrong. But but that's how my brain works. That's what happens when you go through traumatic relationships, where you go through like abuse. That's what happens. Your brain rewires itself to think that way. So I think that there's definitely I have red flags where I'm like where
They
I
got
won't
the-
we won't even I won't even hang out. We ain't even gonna hang out. And I'll spot a fucking gaslighter from a mile away. I have so much experience in men who gaslight women. So that right there, I'm like, nope. How you talk to people
that's a big
is a big one for me.
yeah.
How you talk to other people. Like, it is not a turn on for me that you're nice to me and a dick to other people.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel special. Treat people with respect.
Yeah,
Across the board.
I dated a chick that had mean girl mentality
Mm.
when she got around her friends, and it was like
Were you a target?
I wasn't a target, but how they did it was so like catty and kind of bitchy and kind
Yeah.
of like obnoxious, and I was like all your friends, like I kind of told her like, yo fam, like your friends are like shitty friends. Like if they talk about people like that, like what do you think they say about you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, that's a huge thing with me is like, how do you interact with other people? Because that's a huge red flag. Because you could try to play me and be nice and cool with me because you trying to be with me. But
Yep.
as far as you treat other people, that's a huge indicator. How you treat your family, your parents. That's
Even strangers to me.
even strangers.
Even strangers.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just certain shit that I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Like,
I once listened to a guy that I was dating play video games with his nephew, who is young, like probably my nephew's age, who's 8. And the way that he was talking to him, like getting frustrated, I was like, oh, this is gross. I don't like that. I think a good word to use is compassion. Like your compassion for people. And like if you are all about human rights and have compassion for all people, I am sliding off the chair, baby.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
yeah.
Like, that's sexy as fuck to me.
Like what has become one of my non-negotiables, that gaslight shit is on point. The other thing for me is this is gonna sound fucked up, but then I'm gonna explain why it sounds fucked up. All right, like a non-negotiable for me is when you come out the gate on some marriage shit.
Pooh.
And the reason why, like, people be like, oh, like, you should state your intentions and all that type of stuff, right? And I get that. But on the flip side, on the flip side, no. Don't, like, I think that, like, because here's what I find, and I've ran into this with 3 chicks that I've dated, right? And this might be like an issue that's within the lesbian community, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
because there's jokes about it. But, like, I'm just trying to get to fucking know you.
Right.
And I think that there's a lot of pressure. Like, I'll put it like, when I would hang out with like a lot of my lesbian friends, all of them were in relationships. So I'd be like one of the few single ones,
Yeah.
So everybody, like a lot of like lesbians and everything, when they hang out, it's a lot of coupling. And so what happens is that the conversation becomes about being a couple, regardless of like I've seen lesbians and I've been in relationships where it's trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
And fast forward, like, be in a spot they're not at yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And acquiescing and giving up on shit that they give a fuck about and resenting you, or vice versa, because you're trying to force some shit that you think you need because everybody around you is in a relationship. That is a huge, huge, like, red flag for me now.
Yeah.
Like, that is a
I feel
huge
like
thing
if
for
you're
me.
off the bat talking about marriage, you're not interested in getting to know me. You're interested in finding you a wife.
Yes.
So you're like taking applicate. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like that's a cheap way to go about it. But I've never been. I was just talking about how, like, so many women jump from one to another. And I'm like, it's the financial security. That's what it is, because they rely so heavy on money that a lot of these women, I'm not saying all women,
Right.
a lot of these women are on the hunt for a new husband to get fucking taken care of. Because I'm like, well, yeah, now that I'm not fucking married, like, having one income, like, yeah, that fucking sucks.
It fucking sucks.
But I'm not gonna fucking go husband hunting. I
Yeah,
don't wanna do
it's
that.
not 1929.
No.
Like,
I
it's
want to acknowledge the chat. I think we need to shout this out. T said, "I was 41 when I found my true love. I kissed plenty of frogs before him too." That's huge.
Yeah.
I love when T gets mushy and gross
yeah.
on Facebook. I think it's the cutest shit. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm jealous as fuck, but
No, I like
but
it.
it's fucking cute, and I'm so happy that, sometimes it takes time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes time.
And you gotta allow that to genuinely happen, like
Organically, if you will.
organically. And just to piggyback off that, but I think that a lot of times, like, because there's been a lot of talk about like different relationship like gurus and their advice and all that type of bullshit and da 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 da. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I feel like one of the things is, this is so fucking cheesy, but like, fuck, you kind of have to know yourself to actually effectively work it out with somebody. Like, you
Right.
gotta be real. Like, all right, how big of money, like your income, is gonna impact our relationship?
Mm-hmm.
How much is your potential gonna impact the relationship?
Mm-hmm.
How much sex and what we like and what we want to do impact? Like, when you understand all of that shit, then you have to feel like you can effectively, like, actually holla and be down with somebody. And some people figure that shit out with the person that they, they're, Dr. Deadtree, he Corey and Topanga out here.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's not true. Corey was kind of an asshole to Topanga. That's my PSA. Dr. Deadtree was way
nicer.
Yeah.
You get one.
But they're like a way better love story.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting to.
Yes.
They just,
yes, they are.
nobody made a show about them, but they could have.
Yeah. And so, like, I just think it, you do, like you said, it does take time and all that shit. But that, for me, that's a big red flag, and that's a non-negotiable. Like, let's get to know each other. Do not bring
Right.
up, like, after a week of talking,
Ooh,
don't
I
bring
don't
up
like,
wedding shit.
and this isn't just relationships. This is friendships too. I get picky about who I'm friends with. A person who talks shit about everybody and anybody, especially like when they leave a room. I've realized I don't want to fuck with that too hard, because I know that when I leave the room, you're also talking shit about me.
Facts.
Yeah. And I have a close friendship. I don't want to like be too specific because you guys are gonna figure it out real quick. With somebody who is like that. And I'm just like, I don't know how fucking long I can deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking hard. And it's like a lot of bitching and complaining. And then I'm like, okay, that's our friendship. Cool. If that's our friendship, that's going to be our... So then when I go to bitch and complain and you tell me,
Yeah.
like, how fucking dare you bitch and complain? I'm like,
What?
wait a minute.
Yeah, and I think you know what, low key, I think people need to be really more choosy about their friends. Like, I think a lot of people let a lot of shit slide with their friendships.
Oh my God.
Dude, like some of the shit I see people let slide with their friendships, and I get people may work through different things, but like as with friendships, like I have a non-negotiable. Like if you are a deadbeat or if you're abusive, we are not friends.
Oh, I do not like people like that who let their abusive friend slide. They're like, well, that's my boy, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I know he hits his girl, but like, and I'm like, no, be a dude.
Oh no. That is not cool.
That
at
goes
all.
back to that compassion thing. Like,
Yeah.
I like people with compassion.
Yeah, and I think that like, you know, because here's the reason why I say people need to be choosier is because a lot of people today are real quick to tell people like, oh, this is my friend or we're friends.
Somebody,
like-
this person referred to me as their best friend to somebody else. Like, I was like, what?
Did you know about it?
No. I said, that is fucking news to me. I did, because honestly, like, I have a lot of close friends. My girls are ride or dies. I've never assigned somebody the best friend title. Like, you know, I look at you and I'm like, yeah, she's one of my best friends. But I have never assigned anybody since me and my best friend of fucking 15 years broke up. Because it's a fucking relationship.
It is.
When we broke up, I never assigned that title to anybody else. Do I refer to my girls as my best friends? Yes, but I'm never like, my best friend so-and-so. I have not assigned that title to anybody.
All right, let me ask you this, and everybody can chime in on this. Do you believe the phrase "birds of a feather flock together"?
Do I believe it? Oh, I don't know.
Cause like,
I guess context would help.
what I mean is like, do you think that the people that you keep around you has an impact on your behavior as a person?
I feel like, in some ways, yes. When it starts to get to a point where that impact is negative, then no, I cut them out. And I know for sure that I do that. I just said me and my best friend broke up, but also almost everybody here was at my wedding. My matron of honor, her influence on my life started to become very negative. And it was a constant negative. There was nothing positive coming out of that friendship. So I cut it. I said, once you start affecting me, my eye was twitching.
Oh wow!
Yeah, when you get stressed enough that your eye consistently twitches
From friendship.
yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. And I've had that happen quite a few times, and that's probably why I'm very fucking picky and choosy about who I am friends with.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that like I think that people use the term like friend too quickly.
Yeah.
Like we can use terms like acquaintance or I know of this person.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. But like there are a lot of people who like want to use the term friend and I'm like that's not a friend like and like you have to be careful cuz users will use the term friend with you to imply a different moment or a different feeling or a different reaction or connection or bond with you purely for the sake for them to be able to use you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like, this is another thing that I don't trust with friends. If you're too agreeable, we can have things in common and like similar things, but if you can't keep it real with me and like, you bugging, you bugging right now.
Right.
We can't be friends.
I
'Cause I'm
disagree.
gonna tell you.
Now I'm
Good.
like, maybe I shouldn't agree with you.
But no, I like I don't mean to disagree to be contrarian. I mean when I'm out of
Out of line. Yeah.
line, and
Yeah.
you could be like, or I'm just wrong,
Right.
and you be like, yo, you need,
Yeah.
hey, here's the reason why that's not cool, or this is what's going on, or you need to understand this. If you can't do that as a friend for me,
Mm-hmm.
and if I can't do that to you as a friend,
Yeah.
it's an issue. That's a huge one for me.
Let's check
like,
with the chat.
yeah.
I don't, because I was friends with some hoes and that wasn't how I rolled. Kara said, you can have some things, was what you were just saying. You can have some things in common with a person, but not everything. Always be you, though. Different people for different things, which is so
Mhm.
true. I don't like intermingling my different aspects of life too much.
Oh yeah, true.
Too much. My girls that I've been friends with since school, since, some grade school, have intermingled with my comedy life quite a bit, and I don't mind because I love them. They don't embarrass me.
Right.
We were
Your friends are cool.
my friends are
Yeah.
cool. We have pretty much all the same viewpoints. We're all in and about good things,
Right.
So I don't mind that, but there are other, like, I'm like, ooh, I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm hesitant. I don't always like mingling friends
Mm-hmm.
because, like Kara was saying, like you do certain like there are certain friends, and I'm like, you are my party friend. Like if I'm stranded on the side of the road at 3 a.m., you're not who I'm calling.
Do you have
But
friends?
if I want to turn up, I'm
Yeah.
calling you. We're having a good.
For
fucking
example,
time.
do you have friends that you're like, I can't see this friend and Aimee hanging out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get
have,
that.
I have and it's not even in a like I have certain friends where I'm like, I love you, but you're kind of judgmental. So like not all my friends need to
Right,
experience your
right.
personality.
Right.
Like
Which I
like,
understand.
Yeah, you
I'm
know
not
what
for
saying?
everyone.
No, shit. Sometimes I'm not for them. Like,
right.
like, but it's yeah. Certain friends, it's okay to keep them in, categories and kind of compartmentalize so that you don't get shit twisted. Like, don't be calling a friend that's if you got a whole friend that you do whole shit, ratchet shit with, hit them up with ratchet shit. Like, I can't get this condom on my pussy. All right, fam. This is
I'll be right over.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
know
you
what
don't
friend
sit
to
up
call.
there
Right.
and hit up your responsible, like, judgmental friend who's always going to hold you down, but they going to give you
Right.
a lesson at the end like it's
Right.
fucking Family Matters. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
emotional music at the end.
The
Yeah.
emotional music comes
Yeah, that
on.
touching.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to misplace what your friends are for either. Like, and
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. Like, I've had friends be, well, how come you didn't invite me to that? You don't get down like that. Why
That's
would
not your shit.
That's not your shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I had friends like, oh, well, I'd like to be invited to that. You don't smoke weed or drink, so I'm not going to put you in a situation.
Yeah,
where
and I'm
you're
not gonna risk my good time.
Yeah.
Because I got to sit with you because you
Yeah,
don't want to do none of
'Cause you
that.
don't want to do none of that shit.
I
If
know.
we-
Yeah,
if
I
I'm
know
at
my
an orgy-
demographic.
If I'm at an orgy eating coochie and you gonna come tap me on the shoulder about some
KB,
shit,
why didn't you tell me about this? This looks like fun.
like, how come they don't have more vegan options at the orgy? Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. This is the
She's
reason why
like,
I didn't want to
well,
invite
actually,
you to the orgy.
You got actually friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to keep them fucking, separate.
Yeah. There are
Keep them
different,
separated.
there are different strokes for different folks, right?
Absolutely.
There's definitely groups of my friends. Like, I realized after a while, I'm like, I should not have to warn people that haven't met this friend about this friend before she gets here.
Right.
I shouldn't have to be like, hey, so-and-so's on her way. Just so you guys know, she's fucking crazy and obnoxious. She's probably going to say some questionable shit, but she's our friend and we love her. And I'm like,
The
no, why?
disclaimer, homie.
Yeah, I'm like, why? Why are we doing this? We could just not.
I had one who was like super religious, like really very Christian, and I'm like there's certain shit. She's like, oh, I want it. I'm like, nah, you, and like I'd be hesitant to invite her to comedy shit, let alone like a lot of my friends. If I know they're into certain shit, I'd be like, hey, listen to this podcast with her. I don't even bother. I'm like, this is not like.
Don't worry about it.
And she's one of those where if I invite her to something, I do. She disclaimer, homie, like, yo, she's super Christian and shit. Like, just to give you a heads up, like, she won't say anything, but she judging mentally. Like internally, she's saying. Like,
so we have a friend. Her husband's family is very, very Christian, and she moved like up by the border of Wisconsin. So we don't get to see her often, but when we go up there, it's usually for like a kid's birthday, like one of her kids' birthday parties. So obviously his family is also there. Right. Again, very Christian family. And I asked, I'm like, you need us to dial it back, right? And he's like, no, go all out. And I'm like, sometimes I say cunt. And he's like, say it loud.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So we would be extra. And they're like, never again. You do not invite us to if you have a birthday party for the kids, you have a family one and a friend one.
They used y'all. They was like, perfect. Perfect. Y'all just be y'all, be extra y'all. And
louder, turn it up.
We don't have to deal with this shit anymore. Please.
Turn it up.
Please.
Yup.
And y'all did what y'all had to do. And y'all freed them.
Yeah. We did what we had to do. We're doing the Lord's work.
You're doing the Lord's work right there. Let my people go.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
If you want to pay me, like, I'll do it for like $20. You need me to say cunt in front of your family? I'll do it.
Absolutely. I do have eat a bag of dicks.
Ooh, do.
Eat a dick this week. Eat a dick. Ooh. All right. So, eat a dick, Caitlyn Jenner.
Thank you.
Eat a dick, Caitlyn Jenner. Hey, fam. First off, listen.
How? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, everybody can hop in. Everybody can. Fam, I'm right there with you. Hey, Caitlyn Jenner, listen, the fact that they let you get off with a car accident where you kill somebody and they just kind of, swept that under the rug, whatevs.
Thank you.
We're just gonna, whatevs. It was just a person's life, but whatever, you're rich.
Yeah,
you know
who cares?
What I'm saying? Whatever. But fuck you, bitch. Because you know what? You have not stood up and represented the LGBTQ community after they supported your ass, knowing how hard it was for you to come out as transgender. Even though, to be quite frank, we saw you transitioning for years.
Yeah.
And you sat up there and fucking backed a fucking idiot who's incredibly dumb, not supportive of that community, and you kept it rocking. And now you gonna sit up here and here's the kicker, y'all. This is the real beef that I have with this. Because of the bullshit that we had the last 4 years with that fucking asshole who really honestly just wanted to make money and get connections.
And did.
And did.
Succeeded.
This motherfucker sees it. And I was like, you know what? I can make money. Motherfucker, you haven't even made a fucking platform, but you got merch. Bitch, you know how many years before we even had merch as a fucking podcast before? It was like, yo, but you just one day toss your head into the motherfucking ring and decide, yo, I'm running for public office as a Republican who supported Trump, even though Trump said,
fuck you and your rights. He's going to be so tokenized. You know these conservatives are going to be like, well, I support this trans person.
Oh,
I mean, fuck the rest of them, but I support this one because he has. I mean, she has the same views as me. They're still gonna fucking misgender her.
And here's the
still gonna call her Bruce.
The motherfuckers that you running for are not voting for your ass. That's how bigoted they are. They not voting for your ass. They think you a weirdo Hollywood elite any fucking way. You sat up there, your stepdaughter put out a fucking sex tape, and that's how your family really blew up. Fuck your gold medals, you bitch. Fuck your Wheaties box, you bitch. All they gave a fuck about was that. You were a fucking afterthought, and everybody was like, what the fuck is going on? Is this motherfucker really transitioning? We thought you was transitioning on the first season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Those were bloopers. They're like, where did all our underwear go? He was low key stealing their
Stealing
clothes.
their underwear.
I don't mean that like I'm not trying to sound creepy and disrespectfully. He was.
No, I'm dragging this motherfucker because you have not stood up for trans people at all. You have used their fucking movement to benefit your privileged ass. I don't give a fuck what you said. You lived as a white man for fucking 50, 60 fucking years. You know what it is. You fucking dick. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking asshole. Bro, I was so fucking heated about that shit. How you have the fucking audacity?
You were heated about it? You sound still heated about it.
Still heated about it. Still heated about it. Fuck you. Fuck Caitlyn Jenner.
I agree.
And fuck James Corden still.
Let's take this shot while he plays the Eat a Dick music.
Eat a dick. Gonna sit up there and try to capitalize off the shit. This bitch got merch and shit.
I hate her.
Like she's still paying child support. Your kid's billionaires, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I can't stand her, bitch. Yeah.
Get some spousal support from Chris, bitch. The fuck out of here. Fucking bum. That shit really pissed me off, bro.
I know.
That shit
and I don't
really
want to
pissed me
end it
off.
like this.
No, we're not gonna end it like this. We're gonna end on a happy note.
Okay, good.
All right, so I gotta find one. Mortal Kombat movie came out.
And like
Let's do this.
they're gonna have like at least four more.
Yeah, let's do it like this. What video game music just takes you back or makes you fucking happy?
Oh, I love the Mortal Kombat fucking video game music, but
Yeah.
it takes me back. It makes me happy. I had this killer combo when I was young. I don't know what age this was, but the boys must have gotten whatever came after the Sega Genesis. Tim, do you know?
The Nintendo 60.
Whatever it was, I got the fucking
Probably
Sega.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I got the
PlayStation,
I got the hand me down. They were like, "We're done with this. We don't need it." So at the time, I would play Sonic, and I would also listen to No Doubt's Tragic Kingdom on repeat. So,
That's a good time.
oh my God, the combo.
Did
the
you hear Gwen
combo.
Stefani's new song?
No,
Keep going.
but that's it. I mean, that combo. Even so, hearing Tragic Kingdom makes me think of that, and then anytime I get to play Sonic, I immediately think of just listening to that. I still know that whole album front to back because of that. I played so much Sonic. You got Zelda or Final Fantasy. Those are good. Zelda's classic.
Yeah. I just love that, like, Sega, when it opened, it was like, Sega. like, tell me, what is one for you that, like, the music?
There's a ton of like music that takes me back, but the video game that I love the music the most was this game called Persona 5, because the soundtrack was all this like really kind of like poppy acid jazz. Like it's the soundtrack is really
Oh my
really
God,
good.
Tim was obsessed. Like that's all he would play in the car.
Well, Persona
for the
4
longest.
was a lot of fun, and that had a good soundtrack too. But Persona 5, that was the one that you guys got me for my birthday. And yeah,
I
the
love when
soundtrack's
video
super dope.
games have great soundtracks. Like,
Yeah.
like I sucked at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but
Tony Hawk.
but just skating around and doing the little tricks and shit.
Oh, that's
and
how I
then the
felt
music,
about. I don't know if anyone. I think it might have been just an
GTA was
Xbox
like that,
game.
too.
But yeah, but also it was a snowboarding game
Mm.
called SSX Tricky. I think it was called. But if you like hit the like tricky bar, it's tricky to rock and rock. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're like fucking jamming in the middle of that shit.
Mm.
But everybody had their own like personality and theme, like so you could pick their music and shit. That was a great fucking video game soundtrack.
Yeah. I'm so old, dude. I fucking Mario World, Super Mario World. That
Yeah.
like that. I don't know what it is, but that it's the most happiest, most frustrating little game that I've ever.
I think my brother's one of his text tones is that do 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 do, and every
Yeah.
time I hear it, I'm like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Love that. Timmy, are you streaming this week?
Yes. Streaming tonight with Adele in like 3 hours. So,
Nice.
yeah, come check that out. But bigger news this week on Wednesday. The episode I got to do some voice acting for
Yeah.
Searching dropped.
Yay.
And I actually, I found the link for the YouTube.
Nice.
There's their channel. It's Searching Animation by Tony Lazowski. There's 3 episodes out. They are amazing.
Yes.
And then episode 4 drops on Wednesday, and I am in it.
Dope.
Very excited. We've been streaming with Timmy, playing Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, we're all babies, so we play a lot of
Wow, Tim, you're so petty.
What?
Tim's got a friend who's like, I don't play Minecraft. That's for babies. So now Tim's like, well, me and my friend are babies then.
Lean into it. I mean,
Yeah, fuck it. We're babies. But we have a badass fucking little site. Like, it's
called
pretty cool.
it's like a realm.
I
Oh,
also
that's really cool.
I also may have gotten us like 17 dogs and 90 cats. So
Of course you did.
of course I did.
Yeah, that's what's up. Guess what, you guys?
What?
I'm gonna start streaming.
Good.
I am.
Nice.
It's called KB's Kickback.
Oh?
Yeah. Yeah.
When are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna start next week. I'm gonna do a test this week to check it out. But it's cool. I already got shit kind of planned out. But you know, me and being old in technology, I might fuck some shit up. So I'm gonna do a test this week. But yeah, I start streaming. And I got live shows. I got May 4th at Zany's.
Yes. That's a
May-
Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
We'll try to make it out to that.
May 18th at the Comedy Shrine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So the
Shrine.
comedy shrine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that being promoted?
Well,
I hope P-Syncs ain't in the chat.
hey, bro. Hey, I'm just out here trying to help local comedy, and I want Comedy Shrine to like blow up and do some dope shit. So I'm not on no bullshit. Like May
Also,
18th.
that's soon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then June 4th and 5th, I'm at the fucking Lincoln Lodge, you guys. Which
Big.
is
Nice.
fucking
killing it.
I'm super. Y'all don't even. Can I take a second? Y'all don't understand, like, how worried I was about coming back after COVID, not doing any shows, and thinking like, will anybody fucking remember me?
Yeah.
I really felt like that.
Yeah.
Like, like you always wonder if you leave enough of a stamp for people to fucking like be like, oh, you're a good comedian, let's book this person or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like the fact that like spots and opportunities that like I've never performed at Lincoln Lodge, and this is like one of the longest I think independent comedy shows ran
Yeah.
in Chicago. It has like a great history.
Yeah,
Mark
that's a
Maron is a
huge deal.
supporter of Lincoln Lodge and shit like that. So like I'm super excited about it.
When are you at Lincoln Lodge?
June 4th and June 5th.
Oh.
A Friday and
boo.
Saturday.
Oh, boo.
Yeah. And so like shout out to all that. Make sure y'all follow us on like Instagram and like all that shit. Make sure you follow Timmy and Aimee and Adele and myself on Instagram, because that shit does make a fucking difference. It really helps us out. You know what I'm saying?
I think I just got my second shot on Thursday. And I think after my 2 weeks, isn't it 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm coming back. I think
Yes.
I'm gonna call our spots. I think we're gonna have some meetings, and I think we're on the road to coming back.
Yes. And I was gonna say, yeah, just everybody support. I see a lot of local artists trying to do their thing or whatever, whether it be on like continue to support small business and local artists and shit like that, because they're still feeling the effects of everything.
Yes.
And so just make sure that you're, still out there supporting and just be safe. Don't contribute to the
Don't feed into it.
don't feed into the mess that's happening out there, because I want to see everybody succeed and be
Yes.
able to like pursue their shit.
Listen, this year has been tough on literally everybody's mental health, and I feel like a lot of people are finding feelings, and that sucks. It sucks and it's overwhelming, and this year has sucked. And just know that the Happy Corner podcast is here for you always.
Absolutely, always. Whether it's laughs or just keeping it real with some shit.
Right.
Because that's how the fuck we do on the Happy Corner.
That's right.
I had to get DMX.
I know,
with
I'm
it,
gonna-
and I had
aw,
to get
thank
the
you.
rest of. You know what I'm saying? Got it. So we love y'all. It's been fun. It's been real. Y'all stay positive. We shall see y'all next motherfucking week.
Yes.
And we'll get Nitra on soon too.
Yeah.
Her
We miss
schedule-
you, Nitra.
Yeah, we miss Nitra. She just her schedule got fucked up because
Yeah.
of Easter.
We'll have her back soon.
So yeah. All right.
All right.
And y'all take care. Holla at y'all later. Bye.
Bye. It's time to laugh, 'cause boredom is just torture. KB and Aimee have just what the doctor ordered. Pull up a chair, it's the Happy Corner.
I just did it in my British accent. I don't know if you hear it.